Hi Scott.
Howdy doodle Elsa, how have you been?
Good, I have another topic I'd like to talk about.
We'll talk about that later. A friend of mine got rejected by a woman he likes because he has a kid.
Well, that's understandable. Who would want to put up with a child who is not yours?
That sounds a bit harsh. Nobody should be scrapped off the dating market just because they have children. Maybe they lost their spouse.
Well, they have my sympathy, but I owe those men nothing.
That sounds a bit selfish. Most single fathers are more respectable because they want to have a stable relationship and also for their children.
The only thing that is selfish is expecting a woman or a man to babysit your kid so that you have two people to dump your kid with so that you can focus on your selfish planet. Besides, I would never want to deal with a kid that's not mine, because when you put an insolent child in place, you'll deal with the wrath of the parent, but if you do nothing, then they wonder why you didn't do anything to discipline the kid.
Not all single fathers are like that.
Most of them are, Scott. Also, why don't you see them date women with children, or why won't they date single mothers when they are the ones who don't have kids? That's because they don't want to put up with your extra luggage, but they have no problem with putting you up with their problem.
Well, in a relationship you need to make sacrifices and do things you don't like if you love him and he loves you. What if he has to overwork at the hospital and his child loves you?
That's his problem. Nobody told him to screw without a condom. His child is his responsibility.
But Elsa, it can happen to you. What if you become a mother and you are in a bind and everyone gives you the same cold, self-driven attitude?
Well, that's why I don't want kids. I like to wake up every day and take every opportunity to make more money without any problem. I like to be myself and do what suits me, so why give that up for a kid that will scream into your face that you are not his mommy? Dating a single father is like buying a faulty car. It's more trouble than the relationship is worth.
But single fathers are not second-hand citizens. I wish you weren't so negative towards people like them. They need love too.
I'm not saying anything is wrong with them. I'm just saying they are not worth starting a relationship with. And don't forget the baby mama drama you might have to put up with. Also, single fathers are irresponsible. They can't control their sexual urges but expect women to guard their womb. It's very rare to find a single father with only one child. 75% of deadbeat or single fathers run off and don't support after they have kids with several women. And the worst part is the women encourage other women to date baby daddies. If a woman tries to convince me to date a man with kids, I'd give her a left hook.
Well, I'm not sure what happened in your dating life, Elsa, but you see things very black and white. If you have a problem with children, then you can always date a man who doesn't have full custody.
That doesn't solve the problem. One day I might want to live with him, and the chances are big that I have to share a house with the kid during the holidays. Also, most men warn other men to not date single mothers. They are told they are irresponsible for having sex outside marriage and wouldn't give a mother a chance if she lost her husband. So tell me, why should I give single fathers a chance when every child-free man would ignore me if the shoe is on the other feet? Well, those are immature men who are after you for lust. A mature man who loves you would accept you and your little angel. Well, most aren't.
That's not really true. Some men do accept a woman with children. There are billions of people on this planet. Would you really think that nobody will take a mother?
I'm happy that it still happens. But I wouldn't do that. I can be their friend and bring presents on occasion, but I don't want to have them in my life. Relationships doesn't translate into hardship, and it should be a happy time for the both of you and not being forced into motherhood where you have the responsibility but no rights. I believe if I can't decide for the child and raise it the way I want to, then I don't want responsibilities either. What's the point in having responsibility but no rights over a child?
Well, simple, it's not your child, so you can't expect the father to let you make decisions over their kids.
But it's okay for me to buy things for the kid and being used as a free babysitter so that daddy can work overtime. Is it really hard to see that dating single parents are one of the worst investment you can make?
And what about the ones who had children from a previous marriage and are married now with a wonderful extended family? Did they also make the worst investment ever?
There are plenty of people who don't have a problem with that, but not everyone is the same. If everyone thought like you, then this earth would be boring.
Well, better boring than uncaring. Think about it, Elsa. What if your father is a deadbeat and nobody wants to deal with your mother because she has you? Wouldn't you be upset that no man is selfless enough to be a father figure to you?
You will see how cold the world is when those kids you helped raising will no longer pay attention to you but only call when they need money from you.
Not all people are like that. There's no point in reasoning with you because all you do is point out the negative but never the good things.
Well, there's nothing positive about it. It has more pros than cons when you date a single parent for a long time. Saying dating a single parent will work is just as promising as enduring a long-distance relationship. 9 out of 10 times it fails.